Hello, Flosstube. Today is Monday, not Saturday, but Monday, January 11th, 2021, and this is my Flosstube number 145. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and I feel like I'm like you always see on people going to confession. Forgive me, Flosstube, for I've sinned. It's been 5 weeks since my last video. Sorry, I didn't mean to make step on anyone's toes, but anyway, it's been about five weeks since I last did a video, and I think many of you know why. Just after I did my last video was December 5th, and shortly after that, we all tested positive for COVID. I think we were already beginning to get sick that weekend, and all tested positive like in the next couple of days. And then my mother passed away from COVID. So everything, she passed away on the 19th. And we just actually had a memorial. She was cremated, so we did the memorial after we all got well, basically. But so yeah, so everything that I was planning for December and all of our Christmas plans and everything else, excuse me, that was not COVID. Everything was kind of upended. And so for a while I didn't stitch because I was very sick and tired and I didn't feel like stitching. And then after that I was just, emotionally didn't feel like stitching. And finally did. We all seem to be on the mend at this point. And so it's just, it was just a bad deal all around. Anyway, but I did want to sort of, get back into my routine and everything. And I would have done the update Saturday, but of course that was when we were doing the memorial for my mother. And so anyway, I thought I would wait until today, and then hopefully next Saturday I'll be back into my regular routine. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I have a WIP and a new finish and some FFOs and a little bit of haul. So I will talk about all those things in that order. Hold on one second. Okay. So the only WIP I have right now is, I was planning to do a bunch of stuff for Christmas, and that, like I said, that all kind of got postponed and everything else upended. So one of the things I did not finish in time to give as a gift for Christmas was this Bucilla kit that I was doing for my brother, Wolf. This design, and so I ended up just buying him something for Christmas, and we haven't even mailed those out yet, because they have to go to Albuquerque. I have several gifts that have to go to Albuquerque, and nothing's been mailed out yet, so it'll be, But anyway, this is what I've been working on, and so I've gotten more of the face done. And then I just did this darker part of the trees back here. I did this one section, and then right now I'm working my way down along the length of the tree on this side. And then, so I have a little bit further to go, and then there's a little bit of it on this side, right underneath the wolf's chin. And I'm kind of a color completist as much as I can, especially in a design like this where everything's kind of pixelated. So as long as there's something I can count off of, uh, I tend to work on one color at a time. The funny thing about this is, like, as I'm stitching, whatever, I'll find, like over here somewhere, there's a square that I missed, and over here there's a square that I missed, and somewhere I came across a stitch where I did like half a stitch and I missed the other half, But yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to find them again. But there they are. Uh, but anyway, so this is coming on. I have a long ways to go on it, so it's not gonna be done anytime soon. So, and then the finish I had was this one here, Santa Nose. And this one I worked on for, like I said, a long time. This one I was also supposed to be a Christmas gift for my younger sister, and I finished it just a few days ago. Santa knows your heart that's true, so he's bringing wool for you. It has one little mistake here. This "so he's" is, I think it's like one stitch this way, too far this way, and one stitch maybe, I think, too low. So that's why it's a little crowded right here, but it was either, take it all out or not, so I didn't. It looks okay. But then I worked on the borders, that was, and the sheep. I finished the sheep and the wool sack, and so it's all done. It has to be FFO'd, and I'm talking to my sister about, she wants it, she wants to be able to hang it and possibly display it all year round. So we're at some point going to talk about, find something to mount it on. And so that's my WIP and my finish, my one WIP and my one finish. And then I had a bunch of FFOs. Before I get to that, I was planning on participating in a cookie exchange at church. They had worked it out. We would all be wearing masks, and whatever cookies we made, we would prepackage into little, baggies or something, and to give, to share amongst whoever was participating. And then they were going to make a little cookbook of all the recipes. So I had submitted the recipe that for the cookies that I was going to make, but then it was supposed to be on the 13th, and the 8th was when we tested positive, so didn't participate in that. And by the time the cookie exchange rolled around, I was sick and not feeling well and everything. So, but one of the things they were going to do is we were going to, we're all, of course, going to wear masks for this event. But what they wanted to do was, like, have all of us, each of us, like, decorate the mask like an ugly Christmas sweater kind of thing, whatever. So so I bought a little mask at Walmart, and then decorated it with all these things. These are all like buttons, and then this little set of jingle bells I just put on a piece of thread and sewed it to that. So I have some snowflake buttons and reindeer buttons and these little lights that are glittery, that are leaving glitter everywhere, and snowman and gingerbread men, and then the wise men and their camels in the bottom there. So yeah, this was what I would have worn to the party. But yeah, so that was fun. I may wear it next year, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I did that. And we carefully so not to get glitter everywhere. And then the other thing I did was for my friend who works for the State Department. He's in Luxembourg right now, and I don't know if I'm going to be able, I don't know if this will get to him in time. But I made a keychain and it has a little kind of a world map thing down here, and these beads is a little tight there, yeah. But yeah, so I made this little keychain, and then for two of my aunts who live in Albuquerque, I also made keychains for them. Hold on a second. I have them in little baggies, and I'm having trouble opening baggies. I didn't want to take them out because ahead of time because I don't want to lose them. But this one I made for my aunt, one of my aunts, my Mary Lou. It has little Christmas, you know, stars and baubles and a cat on the end. And this one I made for my other aunt, Alice, that lives there in Albuquerque. And that's the same Christmas baubles and an owl on the top. And this little charm on the bottom that says, pray. Get that my finger all the way. Right. Oh, and this one has a cat on the top. So yeah, this one is for my Aunt Alice, and the other is for my Aunt Mary. And then one second here. Then for two more cousins of mine that live in Albuquerque, my cousin Judy, this was a freebie from the Stitching with the Housewives, and I finished it, FFO'd it with some rickrack, and it's just mounted on like a cardboard with the cloth that I bought at Walmart, I think. That's where I got this cloth. And this was, it looks white in this light, but it's kind of a very light green. And this was charted like for I guess like a black, background, but because I did it on this lighter green cloth, I changed the color of the word blessed because it was originally charted to be white. And then also, what else did I think that's, yeah, this is the only thing I changed, because the white inside here, well, you know, was in the inside of the flower, so it didn't matter. But I just changed the color of the word blessed. So, yeah, there's my FFO. And this was for my other cousin, Esther Pringle, who, she just did a bunch of she and her mom were very thoughtful when I was in the hospital for 4 or 5 years ago, and then also just for my parents, you know, just giving us really what we needed at the time that we needed it, you know, she and her mom. And her mother was one of my dad's sisters, and she had written us a note. Her mother passed away earlier this year, and she wrote us a note that said how her mother was, toward the end of her life, was just always humming or singing Amazing Grace, and so they played it for her at her funeral. So this Amazing Grace design is by my I want to say Big Fat Toes. That's not right. My Big Toe Productions. But it was a little freebie that I got when I ordered from the Shepherd's. Made an order with the Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock, and I got this little chart from them with my order. And so it again, it's getting a little washed out in color-wise, but it's like a purple and green colors here. And so I finished it again on fabric that I got. This fabric I think I got at like Hobby Lobby or Joann's. It was a part of a fabric bundle that I had. And this some purple rickrack. I kind of wish I had done a green color rickrack that would stand out a little more, but it looks pretty good there. And the rickrack I got at Joann's or Hobby Lobby, I don't remember where. No, or maybe or Walmart. I don't know. I just recently got it, so I don't remember where exactly. But anyway, so those FFOs I did, along with some others here. For my sister, my older sister, who loves flamingos. This flamingo kit I had showed when I was working on it, and I mounted it on this little crate looking thing. It looks like a pallet, like a you know, the wooden pallets that you get. I got this, I think, at I don't know where, Target possibly, in their dollar spot. I don't remember. There were two of them that came with, and I'll show you the other one in a second. But anyway, I just put this little piece of ribbon around it because when I was cutting the fabric for this to make, you know, to mount this, I kind of cut it wrong, and it was kind of raggedy looking, so I wanted to kind of cover that up a little bit. So I just happened to have this little piece of ribbon that matches the color very nicely. So I just ran it around there. And you know, I used hot glue on this. The other stuff I used Aleene's glue, the Aleene's craft glue. And the hot glue is easy on the one hand because it's very instant, but on the other hand, it's difficult for me because of my difficulty with my right hand, in that, you know, you have to kind of squeeze the gun and, like, you know, make a straight line, you know, basically. And that's hard for me to do because you know, squeezing in my right hand, I tend to, you know, jerk along, and so it's hard to do a straight line, you know. So anyway, that was difficult. So so on the others I used the Aleene's glue, and it was hard on when I did the rickrack stuff because the doesn't want to absorb well, and so it was hard to do that. But you know, I'm torn on as to the results. Another thing I did was for my niece. Hold on one second. I did this. This is and I didn't bring it's Brenda Gervais, I think. And there's this is from this twine. I'll have to use my scissors on that later on. But anyway, this one I had talked about. I had done tried 2 or 3 different fabrics before I hit on this one here, and I have to glue that. Yeah. But I used this red and white baker's twine around it here to mount it, and right here I just noticed it's just coming loose, so I have to fix that. That's because it's rolling under there. But I mounted it on here, and this is an ornament kind of thing from Hobby Lobby, and it says "Believe," and I liked this. I didn't want to cover it up, so I put this, mounted it on the back, so you know you could hang it on the tree. It's a little after the, you know, anticlimactic now because it's, like I said, we didn't do Christmas. Well, now I'm obsessed with this. I have to fix that. Anyway, that's this is the holiday one of the holiday Hoopla designs. And also for my niece, I did this. The design is Twin Peak Primitives Mouse of the House, but down here I wrote Mouse House. It's basically like a German spelling of it, I guess. And I put my initials over here, EM20. But my niece Hannah has had a little mouse problem with her in her apartment, and so yeah, so this little and this little house chalkboard thing. I think I got it at Target in their dollar spot, but it has a little easel back. Um, but yeah, so I mounted the finish on there, and it's 2/2. I want to say it's just DMC on like some random linen. I don't know. It's 28 count. The holiday Hoopla thing was a 30. I mean a 16 count Ada. And the Amazing Grace and Blessed were on 28 count Lugana that I dyed myself. The this wolf thing. This is the wolf kit came with this. This is a 14 count Ada that came with a kit, and I just dyed it to look kind of foresty. And also the Flamingo was a kit, and it came with 14 count Ada, and I dyed it this blue color to give it a more of a sky color because it was just white and it was kind of boring. Anyway, so yeah, and then Santa Nose is a 28, 26. It's kind of a weird, sometimes I measure it and I think it's 26, and other times I think it's 28, so I don't know. But it's kind of a natural linen thing. Anyway, so yeah, I just I didn't mention those. And then two other things I did. This is Carolyn Turner Heart and Hand designs. These were in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. This is Summer Catch Etching that she did. And I stitched it on this sort of olive green dyed Lugana, 28 count Lugana. And I used DMC threads, the DMC conversion of whatever she had in the magazine. I think originally, I don't know if they were color and cotton or weak side works, but I did DMC conversion. And I went slightly darker with this fish than what was called for, just so it would show up a little better on this, because the cloth is an olive green kind of. Maybe this is DMC and these are weak. I don't know. I don't remember. But this little wood thing I got at Hobby Lobby. So it's just mounted on there. And then the other one I did was Autumn Owl. Is it Autumn Owl? I think. Etching. This is also Carolyn Turner from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. So one was in the summer issue and this was in the fall issue. And I like the one that's in the winter issue. It's a cardinal winter. I think it's winter cardinal etching is what it's called. But but I'll probably do. I still have some more of this olive colored Lugana left. And anyway, so so the fish was for my dad, and this owl is for my sister-in-law Rachel. She was. I was gonna do the tribal owl for her, but I realized I wasn't gonna finish it, so I had chosen this one. But so this one I think is done with. I want to say Weak Side Works colors. Yeah, but this one was the other little crate thingy. What do you call it? Palette that came with the other one. they came two together. Excuse me. But I turned this one the other way, and I mounted the little owls on here. So, and because my sister suggested that she might be interested in learning how to stitch also. So I bought this little Cooler Designs, I think it is. Excuse me, just a second. Sorry. This little owl design. I bought it at Hobby Lobby. I think it's Cooler Designs. Excuse me. A little tickle in my throat. Sorry. But yeah, it's little. Sorry about the glare. Multicolored little owl. I want to say, I don't know where I got the idea that it was Cooler Designs. I want to say it's on here somewhere, I think. Mini owl. Yeah, Cooler Design, designed by Cooler Design Studio here. It says it down here. But yeah, so I think the finished size, yes, 2.75 by 3.125 inches. So it's small. So that's all my FFOs. I had an FFO Palooza the other day and worked on all those things. Hold on one second. Sorry, I keep interrupting myself. But so that's all the stuff I worked on. The FFOs I kind of all did in basically in a couple of days. Just so I sat in one place and did them all. But so I am going to talk about a little bit of haul that I have. If I can get it without knocking everything down. So my older sister, got me a few things, little patterns. One of them was Stitching with the Housewives Snow Day. If you look here, there's a little snowman and snow people and some chickens and snowflakes. So this pattern. And she also got me a couple of little freebie patterns off the DMC site. I'm trying to get them on here. So several pages. Okay, this one is Caribou, it's called. And there's a little deer, and so it's in the red is just a background for the digital rendering. It's not all stitched, but so I guess this is back stitching, and I don't know if they're individual stitches. I haven't really looked at the pattern closely to see what they all are, but yeah, there's this one, Caribou, it's called, and this one is Christmas Deer, it's called. Let me get it. Yeah, Christmas Deer. This is also from the freebie from the DMC site. And then Priscilla and Chelsea on the Stitching with the Housewives site, they had Priscilla had a freebie that she was giving away called Chelsea's Chicken. And that's another snowman, a chicken, and a cardinal. That's really cute. And that was another freebie on their site. And then I don't know, I had seen a lot of people were stitching this Marianne Minty free sal that I want to say Brenda Gervais. I want to say, yeah, with that needle and thread, Marianne Minty design, and I don't want to show it too much. Well, it was a freebie sal, Um, but it's, Santa putting candy canes on the tree and all that. So a lot of people do it. So I had downloaded all these things. I might stitch them next Christmas, whatever. But so yeah, those are my patterns that I have waiting in the wings. And then I did buy a few things. I've been able to get out of the house now a little bit. I've gone running a few errands, and so went and got a few things recently. But one of them is this this little wood. It's an easel back thing that I got at Hobby Lobby also, I think. I might have to fix that. I don't know. That's kind of wobbly. But I think the wolf is going to go on there. I think. I don't know for sure yet. Let me try not to make a mess here. Okay. And the other thing I got was, I got a couple of pieces of fabric. I had used some of this before. This is the 32 count. I've got it backwards here. I'm not showing the front. 32 count Merino Carré, whatever it's called. But one is in taupe and one is in gray. It's this little gingham check thing. But it's 32 count fabric, so it's and I really like it. And that matter of fact, that holiday hoopla snowman that I did, I had tried it on the 32 count, that gingham color, and the white for the snowflakes and everything else in the snowman didn't show up well on this fabric, but the red really looked good. So the right pattern, would look good on that. And then I bought one of these little organizer boxes for all the, I think more of the beads and charms and things like that my sister and I are accumulating. And one thing I did get was, I had to get some new Aleene's tacky glue. I had a newer bottle, but I don't know if it was because it was out in the garage and it got cold, or if it was just old. But it was like very sticky, tacky. I couldn't get it to come out of the bottle. And so I went and bought a new one, and it came in this little. There was this little tube, so that was easier to use. And then at Target, in the dollar spot, they had these little, sorry about these falling out, these little chalkboard easel things. So they have, have an easel back and a little ledge here. But yeah, they're little chalkboards. I bought a couple of them. And then, this is the riff raff that I got. That I used on the finishing. And then also, I didn't necessarily need these, but I got them anyway. This little charm, these little beads, these are they're, I guess they're supposed to be clay, yeah. But they're just little flowers, different colored flower things. And some other beads. And I got some charms. I think I got these at Walmart. It's butterflies, birdhouses, hummingbirds. But since summer, spring, optimistically coming out. And I got some lobster claws. We're having trouble, they're finding the right size, and we made a couple of scissor fobs and had some sort of smaller lobster claws. And my sister, tried them on her scissors to see if they would fit well, and they fit okay. But then somebody had bought a scissor fob and had trouble. It wouldn't fit over their scissors, and everybody has different kinds of scissors or whatever. So but yeah. So I think these are, some of them are, I want to say, at different sizes. Some of them are, yeah, I think these are 18 millimeter, the gold ones. And then these are 20 millimeter. And I think these are also. But so, yeah. So I went ahead and bought these because they were more or less the right size. And they were like, they're the stores, you can find like a lot of the smaller ones. Oh yeah, some more. And some, really big ones, but not the size that the size that we're looking for is very popular. So, and then I got some charms. There's one of the Eiffel Tower, and these are some camping vacation kind of things. There's a globe and some little camera and all that. And turn these right side up. There's some French things or vacation things. I guess they're all just vacation things, because there's like the Arc de Triomphe, and there's a what do you call it? British phone box. And I think this is supposed to be Big Ben. And there's the Eiffel Tower. And this one says, this is a passport, this little charm here. And an airplane. I think those are vacation also. And then this is a llama. I have had one of these before. But, and the beads that go with that llama. The same colors. And then I bought this is just a metal file, and it's intended basically to, like, ream out beads, to make them, if they're like uneven or whatever on the inside, to make them easier to use. But I got them because I have a couple of things that were originally supposed to be pins, brooches or whatever. But I thought they would make really great needle binders. Now, they were supposed to be for Christmas, and that didn't happen. But I did, like, cut off the pin backs, but the little metal stumps, basically, where the pins were attached, were kind of rough and, needed to be filed down. And so I'm looking for, like, a file that I could use to sort of smooth that over. So I hope that'll do. Otherwise, I might have to end up going to, like, a hardware store eventually. I don't know when. But to find something that would work on a, to find a rasp that would work on a metal finish, basically. Let me just put these away for a second. I want to sort of keep them together, more or less, here. And then I just bought some little refill packs for covered button things. I have a little bit of a dilemma, and I might just, like, stick a crowbar in my wallet and buy a larger bag, but I might go on Amazon and see if I can find the right, find a refill of them or whatever. But, originally I bought a bag at Joann's of, and it was kind of like $35. It was a little more than, than I would normally pay on a regular basis, I guess. But I bought it to make these covered button needle minders. And So it comes with two sets of backs. You could either have a smooth back or a shank back. And so, of course, I use the smooth back. But, so I've used all of them, basically. And I wanted to get, I knew they sold refill packs, but the refills only have like I showed there, only have like 3 buttons. And if you get a whole bag again, it comes with the little template, to cut out the fabric and all that stuff. Well, I don't need the template because I already have a template. But if I, but they only sell, if the refill packs that don't have the template only have like 3 buttons or whatever, so it's kind of, useless basically. So I think I need to look on Amazon and see if they have more, or else just buy the other pack and whatever. So I bought a lot of stuff. Another thing I bought for the 2 little the Blessed and Amazing Grace little FFOs that I did. I bought little some little easel things to put them in. And so I bought 2 of those. I bought them at Joann's, yeah. And then I got these, I think this is last, yeah, sorry. Also in the dollar spot at Target, these little vinyl bags. And they're just meant to be like, they have like, they're meant to be like shopping bag kind of things. But they have a zipper, and they're made of this sort of vinyl-y, clear vinyl thing. So there's this one, and this one says, "Don't forget me." And it's basically like a, cosmetic bag or whatever, but it's the same thing with the handle and the zipper. And there's one here, and this one says Essentials on it. So, yeah, so I got those. It's, my sister was saying, well, why aren't you using our project bags? I'm like, well, we're making them to sell to people. So if somebody wants to buy one, they can buy one. They're on our Etsy shop. So, I wouldn't take them because they're on the Etsy shop. And I have a couple that she's made for me specifically. But otherwise, I really only have a handful. A couple that were sent to me and by one of my viewers, and then a couple that I bought, and, that I bought here and there, and then a couple that she made for me, and the rest were all just, like I just had Ziploc bags that I put stuff in. So, yeah. So when I saw those 3, I thought, oh, that's fun. That's good size. It's a little work for some project that I have. Anyway, so that's a whole bunch of haul. And so that's what happens when you take a 5-week break. Anyway, so things will probably be back to normal, if you can say that, as far as Flosstube is concerned, in over the next few weeks. But I kind of, I really needed that break, several weeks for physical and mental healing, if you will. Anyway, so hopefully I will get back on my schedule. And I'm wearing this little tie-dye t-shirt my brother sent me for Christmas. But I'll probably be back to my regular schedule this weekend. And hopefully that should be fine. My sisters and I, we had done the 3 Sisters Creative, and we were, for the month of December, we're going to do a new recording every weekend. And all that also got upended because of the COVID and my mother and everything else. So I'm not sure when that'll resume. But I was looking at the videos that we did, and somebody did a couple, one person at least, I think, had commented that they were interested in the Christmas bauble design that we had come up with for our second giveaway. And I think I'm going to contact that person and see if she's still interested in it, because it's, like I said, it's after Christmas now. And I don't know if my sister designed anything else after that. I know she was working on a design for the third giveaway, but I don't know if she ever finished it. Anyway, so that's still kind of up in the air, and will eventually be resolved one way or the other. Anyway, so I will hopefully see you on Saturday, and things will get back on track, hopefully, and we'll see how things go then. All right. So until next time, again, my name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.